welcome to episode 56 of TalkSport with Pugh. Well, that's your job, Pugh. And
Yeah, that's
McCart.
me, mate. That's me. I'm cute. You're McCart. If we want to swap it round, we can do.
Well, listen, I'll be Joe Pugh for the day. You can be Andrew McCart. I don't think you want my life, Joe, to be honest. Kids and whatnot. It looks like you're ready to go for a wee night out, so I don't think you need kids right at this moment in time, do you?
Absolutely not, mate. Absolutely fucking not.
Listen, it's been a while since we've done this. So I just want to jump straight into it. I know there's a big Saudi card that Cook is out, the Latino night and out in Saudi Arabia. So we'll do another one tomorrow if you don't mind. But I just want to solely focus on that event last night on Netflix, the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I will give you my thoughts on it because you know how I feel about these crossover misfit type fights, Joe. So, but let me get your opinion on it.
Well, look, I went into it open-minded, like every boxing/sports fan around the world. They probably went in it hoping to see 1986 Mike Tyson. Realistically, we was never going to get that, but we wanted some kind of form of him. And look, it was a good event, really good event. And we see two great world title fights on that card. Before we talk about the main event, I know we're going to talk properly about the whole card tomorrow, but in the show's defense, two great world title fights with Barrios and Ramos getting the draw and Taylor Serrano. But if we're solely focusing on Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I really don't know. Like, it was sad at times. It was sad to see at times. I think I rate Jake Paul in the fact that he probably could have got him out of there after round two, like with ease, maybe. And if you look, I think in his corner in between, it was either between rounds 4 and 5, or no, sorry, rounds 6 and 7 or 7 and 8. The corner's saying, like, put the pressure on, like, he's an old dog, like, basically telling him to go out and knock him out. And I think he knew he could knock him out. And I do think he could have knocked him out, but maybe a little bit of respect for him. It'd be interesting to know what you thought about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm old enough not to remember 1986 Mike Tyson, but I probably started watching Mike Tyson around like 95. Buster Mathers and Frank Bruno and Evander Holyfield, that Lennox Lewis era. That's when I started watching Mike Tyson, and he was always he was always a killer back then. Even when he went through all that prison time and all that, he still had that instinct in him. So for me, the 8-2s, the 14-ounce gloves, it was just a show. It was never going to be. You know what I'm like? I'm a purist. I'm a purist, Joe. So I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me. I didn't watch it. I watched it this morning just to do this podcast, just to get a little bit of a feel for it. I woke up this morning with Tony BELLEW tweets. A lot of people not happy with it, and I think I'm in that sort of boat as well. However, in saying that, I will say this: Jake Paul is making a lot of money. He's putting bums on seats. He's putting a streaming event on Netflix, a boxing show on Netflix against a legend that is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's getting well paid. So there's that side of it. I would give him credit for not putting it on Mike Tyson at the end because he probably could have. He probably could have, like you said, got him out of there. However, he was fighting a granddad, let's be honest. And Mike Tyson, as much as I love him, as much as my dad loved him growing up when we used to watch boxing together, he's a granddad. He's 58 years old against a 27-year-old who's in his prime. And let's be honest, Jake has dedicated himself to the sport the last 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I mean? And he can pack a punch. We've seen what he's done to UFC fighters, albeit UFC fighters. He still landed a 10-ounce glove on their face and knocked them spark out. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't fall into the trap of being hyped up for this fight. I didn't fall into it, and I'm glad I didn't.
A lot of people did. A lot of people did. I nearly did. I nearly did.
Well, again, I can see why, because again, like go like the Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. fight, right? Say what you want about that, but for me, I've got this nostalgic feeling about that fight because, like I say, I used to sit on the couch with my dad on ITV watching their dad's fight, and now I'm in the presence of their sons, interviewing their sons 15, 20 odd years later, 20 plus years later, And I'm in a mixed up. I'm there interviewing these guys, and it's just a surreal moment. So there's a nostalgic feeling. So I want to see that fight. A lot of people don't want to see that fight. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand both sides of it. But for me, I didn't fall into the trap. I just didn't want to watch the fight. It's not the Mike Tyson. I seen him do a sparring video. I seen a clip of him sparring, and he's leaning over the ropes, and he's getting people are taking his knee braces off and taking his gloves off. And I thought, nah, man, that's not the old Mike Tyson. And there was sometimes when you seen him in Jake when he was slipping the shots, that old Mike Tyson, he would have shifted his weight and came around the corner and threw that left hook. The old Mike Tyson would, but now the 58-year-old Mike Tyson just didn't have the legs, and it was clear to see he didn't have the legs in there.
Yeah, I think he was probably kind of a little bit wary of Jake's power, which is mad to say, because he would have just gone in there, kind of back in the day, he would have gone in there fearless. That is the Mike Tyson we used to see him. But as you say, you have to take it as what it is. It is what it is, and I think, and I'm not being a Jake Paul defender here by any means, but two things: he gave Mike Tyson that payday. I know it takes two to tango, but he presented that opportunity, and if we're believing reports, 20 million, that opportunity is $20 million, which is amazing to see from where Mike Tyson come from, being overweight, in wheelchairs, in financial troubles at points. He's turned his life around, and for him, kind of mentally and financially, it's a good thing. And the other thing is Jake Paul. Jake Paul doesn't go out and go, right, I'm going to go and fight Mike Tyson. He's got a whole team behind him. We've got MVP, obviously Nikita. They're all kind of going at that route. They decide their route. It isn't just Jake Paul looks down the list of fighters and go, I'm going to pick him. They're in meetings. It's a multi-million-pound company. So, yeah, but I'll tell you one thing I didn't like, and I cannot defend at all. I don't know if you've seen this, Andrew, is what his brother Logan said after.
Talking about I'd kill him.
Have you seen
it? Was it something like I'd kill him or something like that?
Yeah, he's like, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's pathetic. So,
Yeah.
because Ariel Hawani said, "Oh, we're going to see you in the ring again to Mike Tyson." First of all, I love Ariel, but probably shouldn't have asked him that question straight after getting out of the ring. And then he said, "Why don't we fight the brother?" And then Logan says that. I just think that's disrespectful. But yeah.
Again, I'm in the Tony. I agree with Tony Bellew. Do you know what I mean? Tony Bellew wears his heart on his sleeve, and he says sometimes I don't agree with Tony Bellew because he does wear his heart on his sleeve, and not like I don't agree with him. Sometimes I might be like, oh, I'll sit on the fence on this one. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I don't agree with Tony. I'll rephrase that. But this, reading his tweets and the way he was going about this fight week, I agree with him 100% on this. Do you know what I mean? It's a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. People understand he's 60. Do you know what I mean? It's almost 60. It doesn't make any sense. And for, as you said, Logan Paul to say that, it is disgusting. And I hope he doesn't fight again. I hope he goes and enjoys it. Just enjoy that 20 million. Do you know what I mean? You've got kids, you've got grandkids, enjoy it. I praise anyone that gets on through them ropes, puts on gloves, and gets punched in the face, because I've been there, and it takes a lot of balls to step through that ring and get punched in the face. So I respect any fighter. Have you ever heard me disrespect any fighter, Joe? Ever? Apart from Misfits?
Absolutely not.
No, but I'm joking.
Yeah, I was about to say, apart from Misfits.
Nah, listen, fair play. Listen,
next week, but I'm in Qatar, mate. So don't think you're getting a fight with them.
now listen, I told you, get me a fight, and I'll you get me a fight in Misfits. I'm not 58, I'm 42, but I can still move a little bit. So, yeah, it's a shame. It was a shame to see after the second round, like you said. I was like this after watching it this morning. I'm like, oh my goodness, man! And I was fast forwarding, and I was like, skip, 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 skip. And I didn't really watch the whole fight. I just thought it was like a chore to watch it. There was no excitement, and Jake carried him from the third round. But Mike Tyson's always going to be a legend, and he's always going to be one of my favorite fighters. So I can't, and I hope he takes his money that he's earned, goes in and enjoys it, still do his podcast, still does his thing. Do you know what I mean? Put it, I don't know. I just hope Mike goes and enjoys the money now. And
train as well. Still live a healthy lifestyle. You can train, live a healthy lifestyle, Andrew, like without getting in the ring, as we see with you. Definitely not me.
Yeah. Well, Still got it, son. Still got it. Still got it. Yeah. One final one on Jake Paul, mate. He's calling out Canelo. Listen, fight somebody. Fight a prospect in that cruiserweight division. Why not fight Chef Clark? Why not fight Jack Massey? Why not fight that type of fighter? Why not fight those? You know the type of names I'm talking about. Fight them.
It doesn't sell though, Andrew.
It doesn't
Like,
sell,
as
but if
much
you
as I
want,
would like it,
no, but
we're not going to
exactly,
see
it
it.
doesn't sell. But he's what Jake's got. He's got these little fans, these kids that are following him, and they're the ones that watch it. They're the ones that put pressure on the mums and dads to buy the pay-per-view or to buy a ticket to the fight. It's not pure boxing fans, but he's walking about like he's a boxer. Pure boxing fans, like, you've not done anything. If you want to be taken serious, stop calling out Canelo, because it's not going to happen. And Canelo would wipe the floor with you within a round. And Canelo would probably want to toy with you for 3, 4 rounds before he knocks you out. I don't think Canelo would try and knock you out in the first round.
You'd watch that, right, though, to see what happened to Jake Paul.
I would watch Canelo.
You would watch Canelo.
Yes, 100%, because I know Canelo doesn't play. Canelo wouldn't be trying 14-ounce gloves, 8-2s. Canelo would be like, no. You want to be a boxer, put them 10-ounce gloves on, 12 threes, and let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, there you go.
Listen, it is what it is. I hope Mike Tyson goes and enjoys it. Jake Paul, as much as I listen, you're doing your thing, mate. Keep doing what you're doing. You're bringing ice to the sport. You're making a lot of money, so keep doing it, mate. If that's what you're doing. But if you want to be a boxer, don't call Canelo. Fight somebody in a prospect or a good fighter in the cruiserweight division or whatever. Do that. Then we can talk about you being a boxer. However, Joe, you're ready to paint the town red, my man, so I won't keep you much longer. All right?
Tomorrow we're going to do in depth. We've got Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Was it a controversial decision or not? Join us tomorrow to find out. We've got Barros and Ramos draw. Great fight.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a bizarre fight to open the main card, which was bizarre. And we've got Latino night. Oscar De La Hoya, His Excellency Turkey Hello Sheikh tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning, mate.
Definitely, mate. I'm going to pour a little glass of red wine with my wife, and I'm going to sit in front of that telly that's in front of me, and I'm going to watch Latino night. Joe, enjoy your night, and I'll speak to you tomorrow, brother.
Speak to you tomorrow, mate.
See you.